Well, hi everybody and welcome back. I'm David. Today we're going to work on segment number 153 of making the 12-volt lights work in the Studebaker. It seems like 153 times we've done this, but we've been waiting on parts. A few different things I had to order. I don't know how many segments this will end up being, 3 or 4. But we're going to work on the taillights today. I don't want to use those real bright bulbs that we put in the headlight lights. Those are LEDs too. But I got some brake style LED lights that'll go in these old brake lights on the truck. And we got to replace that wiring from the taillights to our power supply there. So we'll work on that a little this morning. Hang on and watch. Well, let's open that up and see what the heck we got. I need a flat blade screwdriver. And I won't do like I did with the headlights. I won't leave the screws just laying somewhere where they can get buried in the snow. Then we gotta go through a whole routine just to get those stupid screws out of a little bit of snow there. But we'll get this opened up, see what we got inside, see what this is gonna take. I'd like to get both taillights working just so there's a red glow there. You know, again, as I mentioned in the other episodes, this truck doesn't get driven. It's yard art. They use it during the weddings for photographs and things like that. But it would look cool if it lit up a little bit at the same time. So there's those screws. And let's see what we got going here. I got a bulb in there, and I don't know which style socket, so I must have wired that in. And I do have new sockets, so I can replace the socket and everything, which is, it looks like that's what I'm gonna have to do here. And these are incandescent. Oh, that's how I did the ground. Again, I think I mentioned it before, but the way I do things is not necessarily the right way to do things. This is what works for me. Put a ground screw over here, clip all that off. We're gonna run 2 wires. Looks like last time I did this, I only ran a hot wire. So we'll pull that hot wire out of here. And then we'll run a ground and a hot through the new wiring circuit. Look how I did that. I twisted the ground just around the bulb, but apparently it worked. It worked fine until I want to convert this all over to LEDs, so this wasn't a bad way to do it. But I got new sockets like this too. Here we got the fixture, and the problem is these fixtures I got have 2 pins in there. One's probably supposed to be, well, one is supposed to be your positive, one's supposed to be your negative. We're going to but use a bulb that's only got 1 pin. So we get the bulb in there. So now that pin on the one bulb ends up being your positive, so these 2 wires together will be a positive. We got to make up a short ground wire because now the frame is our ground. So we'll just make up a short ground wire. Then we'll put a little ring terminal on there. Put a little ring terminal on the one end. I like to bend these wires over when I use these little terminals. It seems to grip much better. More wire for it to hang on to. Sometimes when even though you use the crimpers that are supposed to be used with that, and you use the right size on the crimp head, sometimes it seems like it still doesn't want to hold. If you can see that or not. Do that crimp. I like these crimp pliers I got. When you crimp them, it goes till it locks. There's different sizes for the different size terminals you might use, but then you got to push it all the way, and then it'll release. So you got to crimp it the entire way, which is kind of nice. So there, we got a good crimp. And this end will be our ground. We'll go get a screw because I dropped one, and then we'll put this wire onto the base of the fixture as our ground. So there, we'll put this ground on here. Run that screw through there. I've got a nut. And I almost dropped that. Surprising. These old fat fingers don't work as good as they once did. And I'll just hold out a pair of pliers. Tighten that up. There. So we have our fixture made up with the bulb. Got another one. There's another one made up, so we got both of these. Now we got to run our wires. We'll open up that other back taillight, take the old wiring out, and then we'll run the new wiring from the taillight underneath the truck up to the where our power supply is. Let's open up that other fixture, the other lens covering on the other one here. We'll open this one up and see what we got. Went that. At least I didn't break it. Here's gonna be my favorite part. I get to crawl down underneath this old truck and put this old body of mine that's almost as old as this truck is. Not quite, I guess. Almost. And into the snow and dirt, and we'll try to route these wires. But now we gotta run this new wire. Oh, that water's dripping in my face. That's pretty nice. Run this up and over the axle. Run around through here. And I dropped the wire. Oh no, looks like I went through here. Now I see where I had the old wire running. Right up through here. I ran one wire through here. I was able to get one of them through there. If I had went with a smaller gauge wire, it wouldn't have a problem. There. Took a little trying to figure out how to do that on the other one, but this one went pretty good. Had to feed them in one at a time. Cut these off here. Okay, back at it. Strip these ends. The red is our positive, the black will be our negative. We'll get one of these bulbs that we already made up here. And this is our ground, actually. So we'll twist our ground to that ground. We're not grounding through the chassis. Sometimes that's hard when it's so rusty. So we're gonna ground through the wire. Twist all three of these. That's our positive. Put these two together. It's our negative. And we're just gonna kind of push all these wires back in there. There is a right side up to that. So we'll do that right. There, that one's done. Overdo the other one. There, so that's done. Now we got to hook up the wiring in where the power supply is. We'll see if that works. There, hook up our wires. This isn't plugged in, so don't worry about that. So these are our two leads going to the tail lights, to each tail light. Strip those wires. So we're gonna need bigger wire nuts now because we just got too many wires coming together. I'm gonna use a yellow wire nut. There. Make sure those are all in there good. Plug this power supply in. And there, we have that on. We've got all our positives here. We've got all our negatives here. We'll tape that up nice and neat after we got some more cables to wrap up a little better, but I want to make sure it's going to work here. Let's go back here. And look at that. We'll come back after dark like we did last time and show that to you. That tail light works. That tail light works. That headlight works. And that headlight works. Nice. That worked out good. We'll I'll tape up these wires here and then I'll unplug it, but then we'll come back after dark just to show you how that all turned out. Well, we'll see. Oh, one more thing I want to show you guys. Hang on here. We're gonna go over to what's the next project. This will be, I want to show this to you after dark just so you can see what it looks like. But then there's another project after that. Let me take you over there. Now that this Studebaker will be 100% done, Well, it is a 100% done. I just want to show it to you after dark so you can see what it looks like. Then we got the next project, which we never had any lights on this truck, but I always kind of had that in the back of my head what I wanted to do here. I just never got around to it, as they say. So we're gonna do kind of the same thing with this old Chevy. And what do they call this? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 7 window? 7 window Chevy. You guys that know your trucks will know for sure what year this is. And this gets used kind of the same way. They use it for photos and stuff during the weddings, probably even more so than the Studebaker this one gets used. And we're gonna kind of do the same thing. I'd like to get, well, I guess I only got one taillight on this one. And maybe we don't even need, because they don't come around this backside on this truck, really. So we might not even do the taillight. The only thing, we're gonna get a 12-volt power supply, which is posted on our Amazon store. And then we'll do the same thing with this headlight here. We'll put an LED, 12-volt LED bulb in there. Maybe we'll get these two things glowing too. Maybe that's what we'll do instead of those tail lights. We'll put those other bulbs in these two amber colored lights. And then I kind of always thought I got to find another headlight, and I think I'm gonna wire that in, but just have it hanging down by a wire with the light shining down. But I got to get another sealed beam lamp like that, which I think I can get them at, I'd probably get them at Walmart or order them online or something. So this will be another project. I kind of know what I'm doing a little better now after I've bought those other parts. So I got a little more experience of how it's all going to work. And yeah, that's the project for a few days down the road. I got to order that power supply. I don't have another one of those right now. So I do have to order a few more things in order to do that, but we'll take care of that. And we'll have the old Chevy looking as good as the Studebaker at night. Won't we, Ricky? Okay, well that's it for right now. I'll see you after dark. We'll come out and take another look at that Studebaker. Well, hi everybody. I'm back. It's almost dark now. These cameras make it look brighter than what it really is outside. But I just wanted to show you how all these 12-volt LEDs look after dark. We got the light in the cab. We've got the headlights. Again, everything's LED, 12-volt LED, so that'll look nice. When the guests are here, walking around this area with the landscaping, this will look pretty nice at night, all lit up. Keep it lit up all night long. We've got the light in the cab, of course, you saw that from the other side. We'll come around here. And we got the tail lights work and look good. Yeah, so that project's 100% done. Thanks for watching. Next project's out to that Chevy truck over there. We're gonna work on that one, get that done too. So thanks for watching. Remember to like and subscribe, ring that bell, and we'll see you next time.